Hello, and welcome to the weekly wrap only on KENS 5 Plus. I'm your host, Audrey Castoreno. Let's get to your biggest stories of the week so you're in the know. Kicking things off in our countdown, we are following a collision where an American Airlines jet and an Army helicopter crashed into each other Wednesday night. At least 28 bodies have been discovered so far as the search for survivors continues. This could end up being the biggest commercial airliner accident and Washington's deadliest disaster in decades. So far, no survivors have been found. Some of the passengers on the plane include a group of figure skaters, their coaches, and family members. At number 4 in our countdown, the next time you open up Google Maps, you may not see the Gulf of Mexico. Instead, you'll see the Gulf of America. Alphabet's Google says the change will go into effect once the name change is officially updated and the U.S. geographic name system. It will only appear for those in the U.S. Otherwise, it will remain the Gulf of Mexico for Mexico and all other countries. Also being renamed, the Alaskan Peak Denali, the tallest mountain in North America. It will become Mount McKinley once again. Switching things up with your health news, January is officially National Blood Donor Month. And in this week's Healthy SA, Jeremy Baker looks into why donating blood and platelets is not only important this month, but all year round.
The reason is because during the holidays, donations drop off, and that continues into respiratory season, which we are in right now, with the blood supply being very low.
I have a value belief system that says to give unto others as you would have them give unto you. I
started giving in 1966, and I know I've surpassed the 15 gallons, and I think it's a gift of life.
Caroline and Lamar Garrett have been donating blood for decades. In fact, Lamar has been donating every 8 weeks since the age of 22. Caroline started when they got married in 1991.
We don't know where our blood goes, and it really doesn't matter as long as it helps other people.
We get all of the the bad accidents that require a lot of blood. We also have a very large population of hematology oncology patients that require a lot of blood and blood components, and so we use a lot of blood, so that we need a lot of blood. So we rely on our donors to come in and collect in order to supply that blood.
Every year, close to 7 million people in the U.S. donate blood. About 45% of those donating have either O positive or O negative blood types. O negative is considered the universal blood type because it can be used with all other blood types. But only 7% of the people in the U.S. have O negative, which is always in short supply.
I use this analogy a lot that we call ourselves a blood bank, but it's a pipeline. We have to have a constant flow.
To find out how you can donate blood with University Health, we have the link with this story on KENS5.com. Jeremy Baker, KENS 5.
Always great to give when you can. Hey, stick with us. The weekly wrap is back after this.
The heart of KENS 5 News is our people. People who've earned the trust of our community through years of experience, community connection, and showing up when it matters most. The reporters and anchors at KENS 5 News are the most experienced team in town, consistently delivering the important news you need. They're the people you're familiar with, the people you trust. KENS 5 News, proud to be San Antonio's own.
Go ahead. Take a look at the faces of San Antonio's own. When you look into their eyes, you see passion, you see hard work, you see familia. Generations of people who embody a rich culture of respect, honor, and originality. We're all in San Antonio, but more importantly, San Antonio is in us. It's what makes us special. It's why we're proud to be San Antonio's own.
I think we're very cute.
Yeah, I think we need to send out a Christmas card like this.
Yeah, let's do that.
Dollar Jill.
If you can't get into the market, it's okay. Renting is fine.
I wonder how Serena is feeling.
That's a really good question. No one's asked me that yet.
You're 70 years old? 70, yeah. I'm 21.
We'll see you 7 o'clock sharp.
talked to this police officer, and she told me to call Ken 5.
Every week, KENS 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC is working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
It was shocking. Clearly, something went wrong.
or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
just call KENS. Weekdays at 6, only on KENS 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again, so call Ken 5 to help you if you need help too.
Yeah, I was born and raised here in San Antonio, Texas, born at Lackland Air Force Base. I grew up on the west side, and I'm a military brat, so I kind of followed my dad around the world. I embrace multiple cultures. We're living here in San Antonio, it's the Hispanic culture. Growing up, it was the Filipino culture. I'm constantly seeking new adventures and love hopping on my bike to find one. Learned from some of the best, Paul Morales and Bill Taylor growing up. Those forecasts kind of inspired me to become a meteorologist. I mean, everything here is home.
Welcome back to the weekly wrap. At number 3 in our countdown, the White House rescinds a memo freezing spending on federal grants. The executive order on the freeze sparked widespread confusion and legal challenges across the country. Some nonprofits filed suit in federal court that led a federal judge to temporarily block part of the order. At least 22 states and Washington, D.C. have also sued. And on Wednesday, President Trump signed his first bill into law of his new administration. The Laken-Riley Act requires the Department of Homeland Security to detain undocumented migrants for certain crimes. So those include offenses like theft and burglary, or those resulting in death or serious injury. The legislation is named after 22-year-old Laken-Riley, the Georgia student who was killed on her college campus last year. Turning to California at number 2, a new lawsuit out of Los Angeles claims video shows the utility company Southern California Edison is to blame for the Eaton wildfire. So the fire burned more than 14,000 acres, destroyed or damaged more than 10,000 structures, and killed at least 17 people. Surveillance video from a gas station, right here what you're looking at, allegedly shows sparking power lines caused this fire.
Now that we have that video, now that we see what is unequivocally arcing at the very origin of this fire, we know that their equipment was involved in this.
The utility company has repeatedly denied their equipment started that fire.
We are committed to working with local investigators and finding out, what happened.
Monday, the advocacy group LA Fire Justice says it has evidence Southern California Edison's equipment did cause the fire. The official cause of the Eaton wildfire is still under investigation. And Fiesta a couple months away, but Nyosa is already getting into the spirit. Tuesday morning, they unveiled 3 medals for this year's Fiesta, and you can get your hands on them right now. They feature a rain rock, a piñata, and a Nyosa beer cup. They will be available at Nyosa's office on South Presa through April 28th. They'll also be hosting a few drive-through medal sales that's happening Saturday, February 1st and 8th from 11 to 2 p.m. Nyosa runs April 29th through May 2nd. San Antonio's first Ukrainian restaurant is gaining in popularity, so much so that they now have a second location. Justin Calderon went there to find more about these foreign flavors.
Some people make with beets, I don't, because I don't like beet. You guys should come and try my borscht.
This week we are packing up our taste buds and headed on a trip to Eastern Europe. It's the borscht of the best over here at European Dumplings Cafe. With its second location on the northwest side, this small place is pumping out some big foreign flavor.
We moved from Oregon here, and in 2021, and we just decided to open like a food truck. It was kind of busy, and it's not enough space for me, and I wanna like give people more food, like fancy food. That's why we decided to open a restaurant. Here is no such a restaurant here like Ukrainian food.
With traditional recipes that go back over 50 years, inspired by her grandma.
Her borscht was better than someone borscht, her vareniki, pierogi. Oh, pierogi, my grandma, I remember them. It was very, very tasty, yes.
It's a very health-conscious menu with a focus on organic ingredients.
It's like from scratch and fresh.
Like this pierogi, which is a mashed potato and onion stuffed dough that is fried in grapeseed oil.
Thank you for a good customers, and we try to be best here.
Let's kick it off with a nice warm bowl of borscht.
That's really good.
See, I told you you will love it.
Oh, it really hits the spot.
The vereniki with potatoes, sauteed onions, and mushrooms. The chicken pelmeni, which are dumplings.
Oh, so good.
And the marinated chicken skewer with cabbage salad.
Oh, one more time.
Thank you so much for being with us. We really appreciate you guys. Please bring your kids, bring your family, bring your friends and co-workers. I don't think you're gonna be disappointed.
Justin Calderon, Kins 5, Neighborhood Eats.
That looks so delicious. If you like that restaurant or any of our other restaurants we've featured on Neighborhood Eats, be sure to catch up with them on Kens 5 Plus. Stick with us. We'll be right back.
What makes Kens 5 News different? We have a team of people, both on air and behind the scenes, who are from San Antonio, who have lived here for decades. A team of journalists who know the neighborhoods, the issues, and the people. Bringing San Antonio the news that's most important to this community. Local news from local people. We are San Antonio's own Kens 5.
I think we're very cute.
Yeah, I think we need to send out a Christmas card like this.
Yeah, let's do that.
Dollar Jill.
If you can't get into the market, it's okay. Renting is fine.
I wonder how Serena is feeling. That's a really good question. No one's asked me that yet.
You're 70 years old? 70, yeah. I'm 21.
We'll see you 7 o'clock sharp.
My name is Sue Kalberg, and I am a journalist for Kens 5 for 22 years. I think it's been an awesome privilege to be able to work in the town that I grew up in. My uncle, Rex Stanley, was the very first guy hired at Kens 5. From the beginning, I said, you can get paid for that. Let me in. It fills my heart to be a part of the Kens family, because the Kens family is the San Antonio family. I am San Antonio's own Sue Kalberg.
Talked to this police officers, and she told me to call Kens 5.
Every week, Kens 5 is looking out for San Antonio's own.
The next day after you left, they sent a professional AC guy, and my AC's working now.
If you've been wronged by someone,
It was shocking. Clearly something went wrong.
or a business,
I couldn't believe it was happening.
just call Kens. Weekdays at 6, only on Kens 5.
I got my vehicle back. I'm rolling again. So call Ken 5 to help you if you need help too.
Born and raised on the northwest side of San Antonio, Texas. Generations of my family have been from this part of Texas. I have Fiesta roots. I have Spurs roots. I have Texas Fighter roots. Played basketball at Clark. Basketball was a huge part of my life for 16 years. My comfort dish, a plate of chilaquiles with salsa verde. I grew up watching Kens 5. I am who I am because of this beautiful city. I hope that they can find a sense of pride knowing that their creation is helping deliver them the most important news of the day. I'm Alicia Nieves, and I'm proud to be from this beautiful city.
Welcome back to the Weekly Wrap. In this week's Quick Hits, Meredith Haas has a look at why scientists are putting tiny QR codes on bees and studying the immune system in plants.
Have you seen little honeybees with QR codes on their backs? Yes, researchers are putting QR codes on bees' backs. They're doing this to study how they go in and out of their hives, collecting nectar and collecting pollen, and looking at the immune systems of plants. Researchers are studying the cells within plants to see how they interact with each other and fight off certain bacteria and diseases. This could inevitably help with crop growth. And a flower that smells like a rotting corpse. It pops up here and there at different botanical gardens across the US from time to time, but this time it's in New York, and yes, apparently it smells like a rotting corpse. If you'd like to read more into these stories, head on over to kens5.com/quickhits.
Feel like I will avoid that flower at all costs. And at number 1 in the countdown this week, a Texas Senate committee held its first hearing on school vouchers. So the vouchers would allow families to use public tax money, which is $10,000 a year per student for private education. Supporters say it gives parents more control over their children's education, but critics argue it could hurt public schools across the state.
He beat vouchers 5 times. We have shown him 5 times that this is not something that the people of Texas want, and we'll show him again next session.
Our job as Texas leaders is to make sure that we are going to provide the most effective pathway options for every child in our state.
Now, because vouchers weren't passed in the last session, Governor Abbott withheld nearly $5 billion from public schools. And that's a wrap on our countdown for this week. Hopefully you are in the know now for some of the biggest stories. Thanks for joining us for this week's episode of the Weekly Wrap on KENS 5 Plus. We'll see you next week. Bye, y'all.